So hello and welcome to the video. I wanted to give you an update on the disagreement I'm having with Norwegian cruise lines. I talked about it in a previous video that I'll link to up here and also in the description below. Briefly, we received a cancellation notice for a cruise we had booked that included a rebooking incentive. That letter was very clear, or so I thought, and offered a strong incentive to book a new cruise. I called to do so and found that the incentive was being applied in a way that I could not reconcile to the wording of the letter that I'd received. And from the comments and feedback I got to that first video, everyone agreed that my interpretation was correct and they struggled to see how Norwegian could support its interpretation. Check out that earlier video for more background on that offer. So there are three updates. The first is that Norwegian has actually refused to speak to me to discuss this issue, which is a remarkable thing for a business built on customer service to do. Despite promising on several occasions that someone knowledgeable with the case would call me back, each time they then sent me an email stating, "We believe the points you have raised have been fully addressed in our previous communication," which is patently false as they never answered my question. The second update is that the Miami privacy team have actually sent me a recording of that first call I made to them on receipt of that cancellation letter. So let me say, it is extremely weird to listen back to a recording of a call you made several weeks earlier. They redacted the name of the agent, the quality of the call isn't great, and I don't have explicit consent to include it in this video, so I won't include any of it here. I would have asked them if I could include it, but as I said earlier, they're refusing to speak to me. The crucial point though is that whilst I clearly explained my interpretation, the agent's response was actually ambiguous. Her actual words were, "So it's 30% off, then it's an extra 10% off, and it comes off the voyage fare." Now, as I've gone through this process, I've learned that in Norwegian speak, the voyage fare is the full published cruise fare. They'd call it the rack rate if you're more familiar with the hotel industry. But that's not going to be obvious. I interpreted it, and I suspect most people would interpret it, as being that you could take 40% off the voyage's fare available online. That's the voyage fare. So the bottom line is that the agent did explain the offer consistent with how Norwegian subsequently applied it, although their explanation was very poorly phrased and I believe it was ambiguous. So the third development. I don't consider myself to be a quitter, and I really hate to give up. But that's what I've done. I think Norwegian had three options, and if anyone from Norwegian with critical thinking skills had gotten involved, I think they would also have agreed that they had three options. The first was to acknowledge that the offer was badly written and did not reflect what they had intended to actually offer, but they would have honoured it anyway. This is absolutely what they should have done, and it is what good companies should do. The second option was to acknowledge that the letter was badly written, to apologise for that, but to withdraw that offer. Then they should have offered me some gesture of goodwill to retain my loyalty and to secure the booking. I would have accepted this and probably would have gone ahead and made the booking even without the significant discount because I was really excited about taking that cruise. I would have been disappointed, but I would have come away with a positive view of Norwegian's customer service. What they actually did was not listen to me, stall and delay in the hope of making the issue go away, and then they refused to talk to me at all, which is obviously very poor. So, towards the end of all of this, I realised that what I was actually trying to do was force a company to take my money. That company clearly didn't want or deserve my money and was actually going out of its way to irritate and antagonise me. I've not cruised with Norwegian before and did actually have some reservations about booking with them based on some reviews that I'd read online. So this negative experience up front might actually have saved me a series of negative experiences down the road. But I will need some serious convincing to get me to book with Norwegian after this experience. One day I'm sure I will meet somebody from Norwegian who I can discuss this with, and obviously if anyone watching is from Norwegian or knows anyone from Norwegian, then reach out. I would love to have a conversation. So there are plenty of other cruise lines out there that have a customer service ethic and would be very happy to take my money, so I'll book with one of them. And I have. It's nearly the end of the quarter and I'm planning a channel update video for a few weeks' time, so I'll reveal who I have booked with in that video, so look out for that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.